Having a lip sync battle at a church. TC stands for Trophy Club right there. They also have some kind of sporting event that they're advertising too. So these little restaurants are close by to these real rich neighborhoods. And the rich neighborhoods have advertisements outside their neighborhoods. So they have a little LCD screen or whatever. They'll advertise what the local church is doing. You know, so when you go into the neighborhood, you'll see a little sign. You'll find out the church is doing this. They're doing a lip sync battle, or they're, you know, maybe they're doing having a soccer game, or so you can get the local events, right? They used to just broadcast it on the radio or post it at little restaurants, like little Italian restaurants or hamburger restaurants or things like that, or hot dog stands. But now you can just pull up to the neighborhood and you'll find out what's going on in the community. These little LCD signs, or, you know, that sign has probably got a different name for it, the type of sign. It's still a sign with lights on it. It's similar to an LCD screen. It's not exactly an LCD screen, but it's similar. Okay, the idea is that I'm giving you information on maybe possibilities of things that you could do, right? Rather than just be exact and boring and have a historical thing. Instead, I'm telling you and showing you these neighborhoods and what they're doing, and all for free. Okay, if you want to give my PayPal, it's just going to help me go further. It's just going to help you if you give it to my PayPal. They have a lot of real nice botanical setup. They have a real nice botanical setup. Trees and botany, all kinds of stuff. They go to different areas to design these certain trees, like this bush in here in this front yard. They all do it for the neighborhood watch, right? What's a neighborhood watch? I don't know. I made it up. I made up the neighborhood watch, right? It's so that people can see other people's house, okay, or houses. Okay, I'm trying to get it right for you. And there's a lot of different shrubbery and trees and things like that. So they have a neighborhood convention center where they take all this stuff so that their houses can look nicer, right? They meet in places and they have contests. Who has the best yard? Okay, they really do this stuff. And so gets the best yard this year. They get a little sign to put up in their yard, okay? This stuff really happens. You guys are pretty a big deal. It must be why there's nervous energy. Let's see right here. Yeah, it's a pretty big house. Not the biggest house in the world, but still, it's probably pretty important people. Okay.
Antonianus.
All right. I thought it should have been maybe, I'd say $20. And it was a little less than that, but that's okay. Okay. For something big like that, you gotta wait. I gave them 30 minutes to make that whole order. Right after people talking about guns and jiu-jitsu. Okay. Regardless, that's just someone thinking I was antsy. He said, "Oh, why are you so antsy?" I said, well, right back at you. Why are you so antsy? And he said, I don't know. He said something about being tough or something. So I said, well, I know jiu-jitsu. He goes, well, I carry a gun. And I said, well, you know what? I call the police. It took about 5 minutes to get here. Now, how long is the order going to take? Longer than 5 minutes. I was like, well, okay. So I gave him 30 minutes. Right? So nobody had to call anybody. Just talk. Just yuppity yappy yappity. Just talk. People talk all the time. All right. So we're just moving on. And it's a nice neighborhood. We're just going to kind of go around. It's a weird day. Fridays can get real weird real quick. This is Trophy Club Harmony Park. So known as Harmony Park Trophy Club. It's a town of Trophy Club. A lot of big shots live here in this area. It is a very, very, very high class upper end place. Thought about maybe moving here, getting a little apartment or a little townhome or something maybe. I'm still looking around. I gotta have covered parking though. I probably have to find something with a private garage. But this is really, really nice. This is called it's Hogan's Glen. They got a private gate. And they're off of Asheville. A little private neighborhood. I don't even know how you get in those gates. You probably need like a code or something. Some of them even have where you have to give out your license to get into the community, especially in Irving because of IT security. But they have them out here too, little security places. They take photos of your license plate. They want to know every single person that goes in their neighborhood. It's real popular in a lot of neighborhoods. I've been to a lot of them. You know, they'll take a picture of the license plate. They'll give you a little ticket you put up here. Then you go and you drop off the food and then you're gone. They don't want people hanging around. Now you got a golf course right over here. The reason why is because there was a cartel guy that killed someone in South Lake a long time ago. Shot him down in the middle parking area, like a parking lot. Don't know why. See the movie Traffic with Soderbergh. This is called Canterbury Hills. Really nice area. You've got probably a long ways until I get like a U-turn. This is Fisher and Indian Creek right here. So we're off to a little Mexican restaurant called Christina's. Yeah, these Mexicans, they don't really care. Now, at the Burger King, sometimes they'll hit you in the jaw. Or if you're on an airplane, you get in their space, they'll knock you in the jaw. But the restaurants, they're usually real respectful. Well, you just give you the food and you just walk in, walk out. You don't have any problems with Mexican restaurants ever. Rarely ever. Even if there is a problem, they just kind of, they just avoid everything and they just end up giving you the food. They don't get in any trouble. Italians, no. You're gonna hear it. I got a freaking gun. Okay. Irish restaurants, you don't really see much of them. They're mostly just, Americana. Those are all probably the fast food places maybe, or maybe cafeterias like Furs and so. I really don't know about the Irish. Let me check this out for a second. Anyway, regardless, I gotta check something real quick. One thing that's gonna help the driver is when you take a photo of something, you can, right? You can make it larger. Their apps, they're gonna have to make it where you can actually zoom and stuff, so older people can look at it and they don't have ageism. So you can make the screen larger. They're gonna need to do that to help other people. Yeah. You texted me that you didn't get the pizza.
You dropped it at that house.
Right.
That just brought it over.
You texted me that you did not get the pizza.
They literally just walked.
See what happens when God gives them everything, right? They want more. They want more. Give them more. God gives them everything, and they act like a bunch of brats. Right? They didn't even text me to tell them they got it. Because that neighbor took it to them. They know a 6 looks like an 8. Right? Because people aren't perfect. They're human. That goes for me too. So they didn't even bother to text me. She's got a mouthful of pizza. She's sitting there chewing it. What do? She runs around, starves herself for a long time. For, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks maybe. She'll eat very, very light. And then she'll get a big old pizza. The neighbor on 8 said, well, we ate it all. And I was like, oh my God. Right? But they didn't. They brought it to their neighbors. All they had to do was text me and say, my neighbors brought it to me, right? We're all a family. We're all here. Listen, we're all real. Just because if I work at a restaurant, you don't treat me like a slave. I'm your master, right? I am your master. You're my slave, right? It switches back and forth, right? It doesn't matter. You don't get any special privileges. You know what? Tomorrow, if I want to, I'll go to the bank and I'll buy that house and kick everybody else and move my family in it. How about that? Or how about this? I buy that house and I buy their neighbor's house too. And I'll kick them out and my family will move in. We'll have pizza every day. How about that? Huh? You think I'm afraid of you? I ain't afraid of you, and you're sitting there, in 30 years, she'll be a fat butt. I don't care if she jogs every day. I don't care. For I am the pizza Nazi. You will eat my pizza and you will smile. No, the 6 looked like an 8. I was like, that was like $70 worth of pizza. I flipped out. No, she said she got it. That they never text me. I had to drive all around this neighborhood looking for them. It's very hard. They don't make the app where you can make it larger, right? The app is like, you have to take a screenshot of it and then enlarge it, which is probably what I'm gonna start maybe doing, which is also more memory that I have to deal with, right? If we can make the app where you just make the numbers larger, right? Especially the numbers, make the numbers larger, we're all gonna be happy and live in peace, right? Sometimes a 6 and an 8 looks similar, but they do that. Neighbors will help each other out. That's fine. It just scared me and I had to drive around. So I got to verify that it happened. The neighbor answered that we ate the pizza. That scared the crap out of me because they could have done that, right? Then what do I do? If they ate the pizza and they didn't get the pizza, then I'm double screwed, right? Luckily, they knew what happened. That happens sometimes. It was a good thing they got nice neighbors. I was nice to them, but it made me upset that they didn't text me and say, oh, our neighbor brought us the pizza, right? They forgot about the driver. So I'm driving by, knocking on the door, making sure they got the pizza because I got to verify, I mean, little things happen like that, and it's little things. All they got to do is make the text larger in the app and make the GPS more exact, because there's going to be mistakes. But if they make the numbers larger and they make the GPS exact, then it'll be very, very difficult to make a mistake, right? But really, that was probably a God thing. It was one neighbor being nice to another neighbor. I'll tell you this, the woman that was in that house, she has a face that would launch 1,000 ships, right? Or 1,000 pizzas.